Hello, kids. I have two exciting stories today. Don't forget to mention the story you like the most in the comments. The Little Fish Nemo and the Mysterious Protector. Once upon a time, in the middle of the blue depths, there lived a small fish named Nemo. Nemo was always curious about what lay beyond the ocean. One day, he decided to swim to the surface to satisfy his curiosity. Nemo swam out of the ocean's bright blue waters and toward the light of the sun. He blinked his eyes and saw a wide, bright beach before him. The golden sand reflected the sun's rays, and the ocean waves crashed against the shore. Nemo was captivated by this new environment. When he got a little closer, he saw children building sandcastles and families having picnics. He found this very interesting. After spending a little more time on the surface, Nemo returned to the ocean. However, when he returned to the ocean, he noticed that everything had changed. The waters were murky, and the sea creatures looked scared. Nemo tried to figure out what was going on, but no one could tell him anything. Nemo decided to investigate on his own. He swam into the depths of the ocean and finally saw a group of fish gathered together. When the fish saw Nemo, they called out to him, "Nemo, help! Our ocean is threatened by a danger." Nemo saw that the fish were worried and asked them what was happening. The fish told Nemo, "In the depths of the ocean, there lives a wicked creature. This creature is polluting the ocean and threatening the sea creatures. We are trying our best to stop it, but we are not strong enough." Nemo decided to solve the fish's problem. He swam with the fish into the depths of the ocean. After a long journey, they finally found the place where the wicked creature lived. The wicked creature was a giant octopus. The octopus was producing a poisonous liquid that was polluting the ocean. Nemo and the fish decided to fight the octopus. The octopus was strong, but Nemo and the fish were also brave. After a long struggle, they finally managed to defeat the octopus. The octopus was sorry for losing and decided to leave the ocean. With the defeat of the octopus, the ocean was saved. Nemo and the fish were hailed as heroes. Nemo was now known as the protector of the ocean. Nemo was always ready to protect the ocean. He was determined to protect the sea creatures from any danger. After defeating the octopus, Nemo and the fish continued to explore the depths of the ocean. During their journey, they learned many interesting things. One day, Nemo and the fish met a group of dolphins. The dolphins told Nemo and the fish about the other creatures in the ocean. The dolphins taught Nemo and the fish about the lives of whales, turtles, and coral reefs. Nemo and the fish were very happy to meet the other creatures in the ocean. They decided to work together to protect the ocean. Nemo and the fish started cleaning up the ocean. They collected trash from the ocean and cleaned up toxic waste. They also taught the sea creatures about what they could do to protect the ocean. Thanks to the efforts of Nemo and the fish, the ocean returned to its former beauty. The sea creatures could now live happily and peacefully. Nemo was now the true protector of the ocean. The sea creatures would always be grateful to him. Once upon a time. Once upon a time, there was an old woman named Emily who lived in a small cottage in the depths of the forest. Emily was a kind and compassionate woman. She was friends with all the animals that lived in the forest. Emily was friends with all the animals that lived in the forest: bears, rabbits, squirrels, birds. They all loved Emily. Emily would give food to the animals, bandage their wounds, and do good to them. The animals would also help Gulbahar and do their best to make her happy. One day, Emily was walking in the forest when she saw a small baby bird. The baby bird had fallen to the ground and was injured. Emily picked up the baby bird and took it home. She wrapped the baby bird's wings and started to take care of it. The baby bird's name was Betty. Betty quickly recovered with Emily's loving care. Betty became very attached to Emily. Emily also loved Betty very much. Emily and Betty would walk together in the forest every day. They would play games and sing songs together. Emily would introduce Betty to all the animals that lived in the forest. Betty loved exploring the beauty of the forest. One day, Emily and Guluchuk were walking in the forest when they saw a group of hunters. The hunters were trying to hunt the animals that lived in the forest. Emily and Guluchuk did not want the hunters to kill the animals. Emily shouted at the hunters, "Why are you killing the animals? They are living beings just like you." The hunters ignored Emily. Betty made a plan to save the animals from the hunters. Betty started to sing a song to distract the hunters. The hunters were captivated by Betty's beautiful voice and started to listen to her song. Emily took advantage of this opportunity to take the hunters' guns and hide them. The hunters could not hunt the animals because they could not find their guns. The hunters left the forest. Betty was very happy that she had saved the animals. Emily congratulated Betty. "Beautiful Betty, you are a very brave bird. Thank you very much for saving the animals." Betty smiled at Emily's words. "I will do anything for you, Emily Aunt." Emily and Betty continued to live happily in the forest. The guardians of the forest. Emily and Betty became the guardians of all the animals that lived in the forest. When hunters came to the forest, Emily and Betty would scare them away. The animals also loved Emily and Betty and were grateful to them. One day, a big fire broke out in the forest. The fire destroyed a large part of the forest. Emily and Betty did their best to put out the fire. Emily helped the fire brigade. Betty rescued the animals that were escaping from the fire. Thanks to Emily and Betty, the fire did not spread further. The animals were also not harmed by the fire. Emily and Betty became the heroes of the forest, the friends of the forest. Emily and Betty became friends with all the animals that lived in the forest. The animals always loved and respected Emily and Betty. Emily and Betty continued to protect the forest and all the living things inside it.